Hi everybody, and welcome to today's webinar, Workplace Adjustments, Making Dragon Work for Accessibility. It's really great to see so many of us here today. We've got a mix of people, HR heads to EDI leads across a range of sectors, including public sector, education, retail, and more. All of you have joined as you want better support to support those with accessibility needs within your organisations and give them the support they need to thrive. I'm Paul Morgan, and I'm delighted to be hosting today's webinar. I've been working with Dragon Speech Recognition for over 15 years and was part of the original Crescendo team that first introduced it to the UK market. My focus is now on supporting workplace accessibility programs, helping employers select the right Dragon setup, ensuring the correct training and implementation, empowering hundreds of individuals each year to work more confidently and independently. Today, we'll be exploring how to make access to work or reasonable adjustments funding have a real impact for every individual. I'll show you Dragon Speech Recognition, what it is, who it's for, how it can make a real difference in day-to-day work. We'll also look at what's needed to set users up for success, how to approach procurement. I'll show you how we can ensure each individual has a chance to try it out before any funding is committed. We'll wrap up with a Q&A session. Feel free to pop your questions into the Q&A section as we go, and my colleague Olivia will answer them where she can. So let's dive in. With over 1 million users worldwide, Dragon has become a game-changing tool for workplace productivity. Often users save around an hour per day compared with traditional typing. A huge benefit for anyone who struggles with keyboards or spelling. Its AI-driven algorithm delivers 97 to 99% accuracy right from the start. Dragon is built for professional use with specialised dictionaries available for legal or medical fields. 3 years ago, Microsoft acquired Nuance for $19.7 billion, strengthening its enterprise capabilities. So, although not a complete list, this does highlight examples of where workplace adjustments may be required and funding sources available. Dragon is a powerful resource for anybody needing support due to impairment, disability or injury, helping them work more efficiently and comfortably. Under the Equality Act of 2010, employers are legally required to make reasonable adjustments for employees or applicants who face substantial disadvantages. Access to Work is a government-funded scheme managed by the Department of Work and Pensions. It provides grants to cover extra workplace costs related to disability beyond what's considered reasonable for employers to provide. Let's explore how Dragon empowers individuals to excel in their daily tasks. Consider this. People generally speak 3 times faster than they type. Dragon lets users accomplish more in less time by dictating instead of typing. Anywhere where you'd normally type, you can now speech and the text appears. Dragon uses context, so there and there, or wonder weather and bad weather are spelt correctly. Dragon learns from you. Its voice profiles adapt to user speech patterns, improving accuracy and personalization over time. Users can even add their bespoke words. So anything unusual, surnames or whatever, they can add them to their profile. And that's done on the fly. The auto text feature saves frequently used blocks of text, like your email sign off, as an example. There's an auto command function which allows users to create voice commands to open files, templates, or run multi-step processes. You'll see some of that in a demo soon. The auto command feature, I can't say enough how useful that can be. Couple of examples of clients I've got one that works in the call center for a utility company, and given whatever the purpose of the call is, billing, I don't know, complaint, whatever it may be, it's a different template in their CRM. And that particular user, she's built voice commands that as soon as she knows the nature of the call, a voice command can take her to the right template in the CRM, for example. Another one where a healthcare worker provides injections, so carpal tunnel injection or whatever. They have a command which is over 200 steps long, which completes all of the tick boxes, drop downs, text boxes to fill out a template after they completed an injection. So they're really powerful. Dragon integrates seamlessly with most Windows applications, allowing users to navigate and control their computers entirely by voice. By harnessing these features, Dragon transforms how we interact with technology, helping everyone work more efficiently and thrive in the workplace. So the capabilities of Dragon are extensive and varied. Whether users are managing emails, using a CRM, creating a spreadsheet, cloud-based Dragon can be accessed from any PC from virtually anywhere. Users can simply click on a one-click link from our website, no admin rights required, and it's installed within 2 or 3 minutes. There's also a mobile and tablet version, which maintains the same voice profile. So this feature is especially beneficial for those who find the tool useful at home, particularly for work-related tasks like CPD or appraisals. Dragon integrates effortlessly with most PC applications, including web-based systems using the Chrome or the Edge extensions. So I'm going to run through some of these things that we've been talking about in a short demo. Open Microsoft Word. Using Dragon Professional Anywhere for reasonable adjustments. Cap that. Full stop, new paragraph. Dragon Professional Anywhere is a tool to turn speech into text in a fraction of the time it would take to type. Full stop, new paragraph. Aside from typing, we can ask Dragon to do things for us. Full stop, new paragraph. Bullets on. You can use voice commands to create bullet points or number lists. Full stop, new paragraph. When you have completed your list, you can then switch them off. Full stop, new paragraph. Bullets off. Numbers on. This works with numbers as well. Full stop, new line. Cut that. New paragraph. There is no limit to the personalized commands you can use. Full stop. New paragraph. Numbers off. Editing is very simple and can be learned in minutes. Select minutes. Seconds. Full stop. New paragraph. Catherine found it very intuitive. Select Catherine. Choose 4. Now, let's look at some clever commands and auto texts and how you can build these into some workflow. New email. I'm now going to attach a file to the email. Attach file. Dear John, comma, new paragraph. And now let's look at using an auto text. Accept quote. PJM001. Next field. 11th of November 2025. And now let's do a letter. Open letterhead. And you'll notice in this document I've got some delimiter fields to complete. Next field, PJM 001. Next field, 12/11/2025. Next field, Stephen. Select Stephen. Choose one. Comma new paragraph. I am writing to confirm receipt of the signed contracts for the works on the Westerholt estate. Full stop, new line. You recall at our meeting on site, comma, we discussed outlined schedule of works, full stop. I have enclosed a schedule and kindly ask if you could indicate dates for the completion of each stage, full stop. Once I have received these back, perhaps we could arrange a meet to discuss if these are reasonable and achievable, full stop. New line. Sign letter. Okay, I hope you found the demo sort of beneficial. If there are any questions that arouse from that, obviously, please put them in the Q&A. Okay, so let's concentrate on using Dragon as a workplace reasonable adjustment. In my experience, the difference between an organisation purchasing Dragon as an investment to increase efficiency, and providing it for reasonable adjustments are often so different. If it's a project, you tend to find the users will receive essential training along with assistance with installation, hardware requirements, and all the ongoing support they need to make sure it's successful because they've made this investment. Unfortunately, what we tend to find with access to work and reasonable adjustments requests, they quite often come through with a list. So they need Dragon software, they need an ergonomic keyboard, they need a special mouse, and it kind of becomes a tick box type list requiring, these people require it, will provide it, which is fine with a keyboard or a mouse because it's just hardware. But when we're talking about something like Dragon and you want the user to be able to get the benefits of all of the functionality, they're going to require some training. Again, in my experience, even with my own customers that have purchased it for efficiency purposes, their sort of access to work users, they tend to go to procurement. Procurement do the tick box list and provide it, and it doesn't go anywhere further than that. They're typically buying the licenses from their Microsoft license provider, who offer no training or support. At Crescendo, we approach individual purchases in the same way as we do with team projects, making sure that each user is set up for success. And we can prove it. So we can provide you with detailed reports on usage, either for an individual or a team, ensuring that the software is being used effectively, and we can identify any training needs or additional support required. We can, with your assistance, so if you gave us an hourly rate, for example, we can monetize these reports to see how much more efficient people are working in the organization. So when you next get a request on the reasonable adjustments pathway, why not give us a try? We offer a free, no obligation trial. We'll work with the end user. They'll have their comprehensive personalized training on a one-to-one basis, following their workflow. Again, as I just said, we can provide you with reports to prove that. And you can even use the 1 month trial when there are delays between approval and supply. We are elite partners with Microsoft. We can arrange licenses and do in minutes. So, we can react very, very quickly, particularly where users have a desperate need. To make things really easy for you, on request, we can supply you with business style cards that you can hand to staff so they can request a free trial. If you would like a pack, my colleague Olivia has put a link in the short form. A link into a short form where you can provide your postal information. Don't worry about providing your address. I'm not going to turn up. I'm far too busy for that. Okay, so this is your opportunity to ask any questions you may have. We'll endeavour to cover them all, or we will get back to you personally if we need to. Okay, you can contact me directly. My details are on the screen there, or our general information will be on the next slide. Okay, so any questions out there, Liv?
Yeah, we've got a few that have come through. We've just had one from Catherine saying that she's had Dragon for over a year but hadn't realised there's training available. Would you advise who to contact?
Just contact us. So use the information on the screen there. You can use info at Crescendo Systems. You can use sales, but we'll react to that.
Cool. And yeah, I've also put in the chat, there's a link to the cards and likewise just to a contact form for demo trials, etc. So you can also use that if it's easier. Another question that came through was, are there user guides to support download / installation and also to support users and maximize effectiveness?
Yeah, so like I say, the training and the setup is critical. Even down to the simple stuff like microphone. They might have a headset plugged in. Dragon might not be listening to it. You have to check these settings, and if you don't, the experience is bad right from the get-go. To support this, we have videos, we've got documentation, we do the one-to-one training stuff, where we can obviously pick up on people's individual workflows and work with them to make sure that they're getting the best from it. But yeah, we've got all of that is on our website.
Okay, cool. I can't see any other questions actually, so maybe a case of finishing early. One thing that we did see in a webinar we done last month was how to know which version is the right version for a user.
Yeah, so it's a question that, yeah, you're right, it popped up in the previous one. So there are cloud versions of Dragon, and those cloud versions, there's a professional version, a medical version, and a legal version. The cloud Dragon includes mobile, tablet, access from any PC. It doesn't rely on the power of the PC either, so it's really quick. The cloud version is what you've seen on the screen here. There's only a professional version available, one for the PC, but we recommend a cloud version purely because Dragon's a heavy, hungry application, and when it relies on PC resource, yeah, you need bang up-to-date spec, or you might sort of suffer with slowness.
Right, and we've had another question come through from Serena saying they have 3 or 4 employees who this may be suitable for. Could we do a free demo for them all?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, if you want to contact us on the email address that you can see there, or you can go onto the web and do a request on our website if you wish, whichever way you want to contact us, we can arrange a 30-day trial. It's not limited to a user. We can do all of your 3 or 4. Just as I say to everybody, do say to them that they will need to put aside 30 to 45 minutes to get it installed and have some training.
I think that's all the questions that's come through now. Yeah, so I might get to finish early. I know everyone's busy anyway.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's give it just another minute in case anybody's got anything else. So, you know, I will leave the screen running for a minute or so. But if we don't get any more, then we'll wrap up. So let's just highlight a couple key takeaways. First off, that link for the free 30-day trial and the business card request that Liv's put up on the chat. Do fill the form out. We'll send you out some cards if they sit in your desk for 6 months, albeit so be it. But you never know. You might just get a new employee who needs some help, and you can just hand them a card. As I said before, you can reach out to us. There is the address there on the screen. Also, our web address there on the screen.
We've had another question come through from Helen.
Okay.
Saying, do you have any tips for how to monitor if someone's getting the most from Dragon?
Yeah, absolutely. We on request, we can supply you with reports. Generally in the early days, you know, we would monitor to see usage, purely because, again, you know, we can spot the training need. We also, and I never highlight this enough, but we've got a team of support people here as well that are dedicated to supporting users with Dragon. Unlike a lot of these things, you know, we've got web chat, we've got, you know, frequently asked questions and all the rest of it. But if a user picks up the phone and calls our helpline, 99% of the time it's going to get answered straight away by a human being, and now they'll deal with any queries that they have. Okay. So, you know, the full support is there.
I think it's also worth mentioning, if you have Dragon users who are maybe with another supplier currently, getting in touch and seeing if you can get it from them. You may not be able to, depending, but obviously that's part of who you buy from makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the Microsoft general sort of large Microsoft licensing type suppliers don't have support or training. There are some kind of online box shifting type, you know, and again, they are what they are. The box shifters, they don't offer any support. Also worth bearing in mind, if you've got users that have renewals that are coming up, you don't have to renew with the same supplier. You could come and talk to us, and we would deliver a whole new experience to the end user. Okay. Not so bad then. 2 minutes to go. So finally, thanks ever so much for everybody who attended. Your participation is really appreciated. Thanks again.
Thanks, everyone.